See anything?
Not yet, Case.
Well, Bubbles, you sure?
I don't see any.
Oh, there, Mina. Just this side of the buoy.
Oh, yes. Sure. Sorry.
No matter. He's all right, apparently. I won't have to go to the rescue.
You, Case?
Well, I can manage underwater. I'm no Mike Nelson, I grant you, but who is?
He's terribly good, isn't he?
Well, that's why I recommended him, Angel. He'll find your necklace if anyone can. Well, Mike?
Did you find it?
No. I'm sorry, Shorty. I didn't find it. No jewel case, no jewels.
I put it in the cupboard down there somewhere, I'd swear.
It's not there now. Boy, terrific current running down there. Maybe it just swept it out. Boy, that current, it's really something.
Well, you better rest for a while then before you go down again.
Oh, I'm calling it quits, Case. After all, the necklace is insured.
No, I don't want to quit, Shorty.
Sorry. I just fired you. With full pay. You catch your breath, and then we'll have some lunch. You can't win them all, love. Even if you are Mike Nelson.
Oh, she's below now. What's the real story? Oh, it's wonderful, Whitey. You had me fooled for a minute.
He looked like Mike Nelson. He acted like Mike Nelson. The trouble was, he was not Mike Nelson. I was headed for the Coast Guard base in Miami after 6 weeks in a classified job, meaning that I couldn't tell anyone ever where I'd been or why.
Mr. Nelson?
Yeah?
Larrabee, Atlas Insurance.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got all the insurance I need.
Insurance investigating's my line. Some questions for you.
Right now, Mr. Laramie? Look, I just got back.
Larrabee, from where?
Please, I'm in a hurry. Can't we talk about this tomorrow?
Marta Gould, you know her?
Marta Gould? No, I never heard of her.
Case Jarrett. He introduced you, she says.
What is this? What are you talking about?
$150,000, value of the necklace she hired you to find off Nassau. You said you couldn't, same for our divers, so we paid off. Last week, stones from the necklace showed in Amsterdam. That's what I'm talking about. Your turn now.
What is this, a gag? I didn't do it.
Go on.
That's all.
That's no good. Look. Who's that?
Sure looks like me.
Mrs. Gould, quote, that's Mike Nelson, the diver I hired, unquote.
When'd she hire me? And where?
Nassau, 4 weeks ago.
Wasn't me then. I wasn't there.
Well, where were you?
I can't say.
Tell it to the police, then. Let's go.
Oh, now, wait a minute. This is a case of mistaken identity. Give me a chance, and I can prove it to you.
Against this photo?
Yeah.
To Mrs. Gould?
Yes.
With what?
With the original.
Hello.
Larrabee, Mrs. Gould. Back again. In the lounge now. I'll buy you a drink. I have something to show you.
I don't suppose it has anything to do with Mike Nelson. He's still missing, you know.
Case Jarrett, too?
No, he got back last week. But he hasn't heard from Mike either. I don't understand it.
Well, join me. You will.
5 minutes. Bye. Mr. Larrabee. Hello, Mike.
Hello.
Well, it's me, Marna.
Well, it's nice meeting you.
Meeting me. Mike, this isn't funny.
I know. But this is the first time I've met you.
Oh, stop it.
I'm sorry. I know who you think I am.
The diver I hired to find my necklace.
I don't even know where you lost it.
Mike, you marked that wreck with a buoy. I saw you.
You saw some joker who said he was me. I don't know how to prove it, but I'm going to try. Maybe I can find something out at the wreck.
Mr. Larrabee, I'd like a rain check on that drink, please. I don't feel very well.
Cute. All right, 3 hours. That's all the time you have to prove it, Joker. And we'll know where you are all the time.
Hello.
Case, this is Marna.
Angel, what a nice surprise.
Well, a friend of yours just gave me one that wasn't so nice.
Well, he's no friend of mine then. Who was it?
Mike Nelson.
What? Well, where'd you see him?
Here at my hotel.
I didn't know Mike Nelson was back in Nassau. What are his plans, I wonder, did he say?
Oh, he's going out to the wreck to prove he's somebody else, or somebody else is Mike Nelson, or maybe they're just 2 other different people. I don't know. Case, I just want you to talk to him, and maybe you can straighten him out. Will you try?
You know I will, Angel. The very first chance I get. Bye.
Wow. Nelson showed up. That's what we were afraid of. And we waited too long, Case.
On the barge deal? We had to. We still can't move until the insurance takes effect.
I can't move in. That's too risky.
Whitey, we've been friends for a long time. I wouldn't let you stick your neck in the noose even if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah, I know that, but 2 Mike Nelsons?
Suppose we cut it down to 1. You.
Investigator Larrabee, hadn't given me much time. I'd used up a lot of it getting diving gear together. Luckily, I found the boat pretty fast. Then the cabin, where I figured that Marna must have left the jewel case. I searched without knowing quite what I was after. I couldn't hope to learn who this other Mike Nelson was by finding his fingerprints, I was for sure. Only half a blade. I was pretty sure I knew how it got that way. I decided to take it to Larrabee. You ever meet yourself? It's kind of weird, especially underwater. Scared me half to death. My double tried to finish the job, but instead his no-good buddy did. I came to with one thought in mind. The phony who looked like my twin brother wasn't going to get away with it, and neither was his partner. I'd get them. Well, my name really wasn't Mike Nelson. It wasn't Superman either. Maybe he could smash his way out of this coffin barehanded. I couldn't. I needed something, some kind of help. Maybe, just maybe, that old refrigerator could be filled with compressed air and turned into a battering ram. I tied it down first, so I'd be able to build up maximum lift inside the box before releasing it. I found out right away, though, that I didn't have enough air in my tanks to fill the box, even with my reserve. That did it. I was finished. Unless I could find some other source of compressed air. A carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. It might work, provided I were lucky, and it hadn't been all used up. I pulled my knife to cut the guy ropes, but I didn't have to.
Hour late. Why?
Ran into a jewel thief. Mike Nelson, you'd call him. He and his buddy tried to drown me. I'm sure they both think they succeeded.
Jewel thief. Proof?
Part of his diving knife. I found in a cupboard down there that he pried open.
Otherwise, cupboard was bare.
Yeah, not a bowl. Or a jewel case. I found it in some coral, about 10 feet away, empty.
One of the divers looked like you.
I thought I was looking at myself. Boy, it was uncanny.
Well, that's why they tried to kill you. The same size objects can't occupy the same space at the same time. Now, the thief knew you'd have to stay in Nassau to try to nail him, meaning he'd have to keep out of sight.
Well, he could have left Nassau.
Oh, he just got back right after Jarrett. Now, why'd he do that?
Pull another swindle?
One that Jarrett had set up in the meantime, probably. And the reason they haven't gone through with it? You.
Case Jarrett agreed with my friend Laramie. He had to get me out of the way. How could he do it? Through his friend, Marna Gould. It wasn't too much of a job for a con man. She wanted to be fooled.
You mean you really don't know Angel?
Why, Mike's been avoiding me? Boy meets girl, boy gets girl, boy gets tired of girl.
No, he's ashamed. That schoolboy joke, pretending he didn't know you or who he was himself, was so silly.
Why did he do it, Case?
Well, he thought you were losing interest in him.
Why didn't he tell me? And why hasn't he called since?
Well, he has no phone. I know. Write a note. I'll get it to him somehow.
What would I say?
Well, perhaps that you'd like him to come to luncheon here tomorrow.
Too formal. Too many people.
Cruise on your boat, then. for two.
Well, what do you think?
Why not?
Why not what?
Accept her invitation. You might learn something. I can't myself. I've checked out every lot, dock, and ship on the waterfront, including that barge and dry dock, and that's just been covered.
Anything I can do to help you?
It's my headache now. Luck with yours.
Oh, thanks, Laramie.
Lara B.
Oh, Laramie.
You lied to Case, didn't you, Mike?
About what, Marna?
About what, Marna? You used to call me Shorty when we liked each other.
I like you fine.
Oh, stop it. You act and talk so different. Why did you change?
I didn't.
Don't lie, Mike. I don't mind so much anymore, but it's not fair to Case. He's too good a friend.
Of yours or mine?
Well, he's my business advisor, period.
What's he advised you about lately?
Us. It doesn't matter now, so I can tell you. He advised me to invite you out here today.
That was his idea?
Oh, he meant well. He just thought if we could be together, alone, we might start making sense again. What was that for?
I'll explain it to you later. We're going back.
Going back? Why?
Because good old Case doesn't want us to. Hey, look at that fire. See it?
Where?
Over there.
Oh, yes.
It's like that barge at the dry dock. I wonder what that fellow wants over there. Looks like he's hailing us for help. Better go over and see what he wants.
What is it? What's the matter?
Do you have any diving gear?
Yeah, why?
Diver I know went under half an hour ago, and he hasn't come up yet. I want to go after him.
What's his name? And why did he do it?
Oh, Mike, this is no time for that.
It's just the time. Well, Jarrett, get back in your boat. We're leaving.
You're right. He did set fire to the barge.
For the insurance money, huh? A job for the owners.
Oh, we're the owners. We bought it through a dummy corporation in Amsterdam.
You and the diver. You haven't told me his name yet.
I mean, his name is
You say Mike Nelson and you've had it.
Whitey. Whitey Fender.
That's the guy that looks like me, huh?
Yeah.
So if anybody saw him around the barge, they think it was me. Well, they'd be wrong because I was with Marna. Is that proof enough for you, Marna? I'll get my gear.
I got into my gear as fast as I could and told Marna to try to get Laramie out here. There he was, Whitey Fender, Caught pretty neatly in a trap of his own making. It didn't thrill me, though, to find him in as much trouble as he once put me. I wasn't about to leave him in it. It didn't take too long to free him, but it tired me out enough to get careless, just for a moment. And that's all the time my double needed to darn near finish me off.
Come here. Look.
Mike? You couldn't save him, huh?
Marna radioed me. Are you all right?
You better rest, Nelson. Here, I'll help you.
I feel so strange, Mr. Larrabee. I don't know if I've lost a friend or gained one.
Neither, maybe.
Is he aboard?
Who aboard?
Please. We know who you are.
Oh, now don't start that again. What do you want, more proof? I'm Mike Nelson. He's Whitey Fender. Tell her. Oh, don't you believe me either?
I'm not sure now. Wait a minute. What's my name?
Laramie.
Right. He's Mike Nelson. There'll be numbers soon.
Oh, yes. You're much better looking. I can see that now.
Is that the only difference?
I don't know yet.
You'd like to find out?
That's not the only difference.
I'll be back next week at the same time with another sea hunt story. Plan to be with us again, huh?
I was working in a reservoir high in the mountains of South America. Not too tough a job, but an important one. The feed pipe we were installing supplied drinking, cooking, and washing water to thousands of people. My name's Mike Nelson. I had a good assistant, Durango Lima, a local diver. He was experienced and careful. That was why he was good. It doesn't matter what the job is, in what body of water, or how careful you are. Down below, you can be hit by any kind of an accident. It was raining barrels and crates. Careful sometimes means lucky. It sure didn't in this case. Durango's caution and know-how weren't any help to him now. Mine either. I'd have to go topside to save him. My diver assistant, Durango Lima, had been hit and trapped by debris on the floor of a reservoir. Now, that's where the trouble had come from.
Senor Nelson!
What happened?
It belongs to the Diego Ranch. He lost a tire. The cargo tore loose and dropped in the water.
You're telling me one of those crates fell in Durango. I'll need help.
There's only Pete Butler.
Oh, no, not him. I wouldn't take him as a gift. But get me somebody here, fast!
But, Senor Nelson, there's no...
Hi, Maria. Yeah, I gotta get this crummy chair fixed.
How can you live like this?
Like what? Not too bad, anyhow. It'll do for now.
Oh, you've been saying that for 4 years. You expect me to marry you and come live in a place like this? You did not go see Senor Ramirez today.
Oh, heck, honey. What do I need with a job like that? Huh? Look, baby, I'm no truck driver.
What are you?
I'm a salvage diver, one of the best. What do I want with driving a truck, huh?
It's work, and it pays money. Oh, Pete, I'm tired of waiting.
Pete, you got your diving gear ready?
Well, sure, why?
Oh, I'm sorry, Maria. Buenas tardes. There's been an accident at the lake. Durango's been trapped and Mike Nelson needs help.
Oh? Mike Nelson needs help, huh? I told you he couldn't handle it. You guys should have given me the contract.
Pete, what are you going to do?
Well, that's City Hall for you. With me around, they sent all the way to the States for Nelson.
Are you coming or aren't you?
Take it easy, take it easy. You bring my car, I'll go with Carlos.
How is he?
concussion, a few bruises. He'll be okay, senor.
Now, don't go away. I got another patient.
Muy bien, senor.
Durango's own efforts to get loose had used up his air. The spare tank I brought down would be really a lifesaver.
How far down are they?
At the bottom, about 50 feet.
There should be nothing to it.
With the crowbar and any kind of a break, I'd have Durango free in another few minutes. Or so I thought. Seems I needed to bring just a little more pressure to bear on the bar. Here was extra help. This character was just making things worse. Oh, no, not Pete Butler. I'd met him before, in the States. His high opinion of his skill wasn't shared by anyone he'd worked with. And you can see why. I finally managed to explain what was needed. His strength plus my own gave us the right leverage and a chance to pull Durango out. He was free. There was a real pro. Instead of panicking, he'd kept his head the whole time and helped save his life.
Durango.
Dame el brazo.
Cuidado. Cuidado con las piernas. Watch your legs.
Cuidado.
Sí, sí, sí.
I'm sorry, amigo, but Pete Butler was all I could get.
Better than nothing, I guess.
Is he all right?
It'll take more than that to kill this boy. A couple of days, he'll be working again. We'll get him to the hospital.
Get started. I'll clear the road ahead.
Sí, vámonos.
Mr. Nelson, why is Pete still down there?
Well, I thought he was right behind me. He didn't come up.
Something had bothered me when I'd first seen Butler down there. What? Now I remembered. His diving gear. At this depth, he was toting a one-way ticket to the hospital on his back. He was cashing it in now. Convulsions from oxygen poisoning. His one chance was fresh air, topside.
You got oxygen poisoning. This is a rebreather. You know you're not supposed to use this below 30 feet, don't you? We were working at 50.
Pete, you could have killed yourself.
If you'd have let me do it the way I started, it'd have been all right.
I'm sorry you got into trouble. Use your tank, huh? It's a lot safer.
Now, look, big shot. I don't need you to tell me what kind of equipment to buy, see? I had this rebreather made special. I've been diving with it for years. You get it? Come on, honey, let's go.
I just passed the big man. He seems to be all right.
Hey, he'll dry out, I guess.
So this finishes you here, huh?
Mm-hmm. You won't need me to help pull out that junk. Guess you get a crane, huh, to do the job?
Yes. As soon as I can get some men together.
Well, there's no rush. It'll be at least a couple of days before Durango's able to do any more underwater work for you.
He's a good boy, that one.
Yes, he is.
Say, you'll be coming back again someday, huh, amigo?
Bet I will. Oh, say, I'm not flying out until tomorrow morning. Why don't you drop by the hotel when you get through here, huh?
I will.
The driver of the ranch truck.
Is he worse?
No, he became conscious. He told me he was carrying a drum of cattle dip.
And it's in there?
See, in the city's water supply. It's called Daitico. It's a deadly poison.
I was all set to leave South America. My work in the city reservoir was wrapped up early despite the accident that injured my assistant.
Hey, Carlos. I'm sorry, Senor Nelson, but we need your help. The truck that overturned this morning.
Yeah?
One of the drums that fell in the reservoir contains cattle dip, Daitico. It's a deadly poison.
How deadly?
Enough to contaminate the whole reservoir and poison the entire population. We could shut off the pumps, but what's going to happen to the people without water?
Yeah, we gotta get it up. Fast, before it starts leaking.
Here, I'll take that.
Thanks. Durango, he won't be able to help. I'll have to get Pete Butler. Yeah, but that gear of his, it's not safe.
I'll pick up Durango's tanks.
Okay, good. I'll meet you at the reservoir, huh?
On.
No. Now, I'm going to tell you once more, Nelson. I'm going to make it plain. I'm not going to help you. Now, will you get out?
I'm sorry, Mr. Nelson.
Not your fault.
You're not a man. I've wasted all these years thinking you would be someone. I hated to
Now, you kill him, will you? Why can't they just tell the people not to use the water?
And how do they do that? Do you think you're in America, where people have telephones and radios? How about the poor people? They only have one tap at the end of the street. Are you going to tell each one?
Well, they're just going to have to turn it off at the main valve, then.
And then what? The water up there, that's all they've got. Pete, do you understand? That's all they've got.
Maria, I can't even use my own equipment. It's too deep.
You heard what they said. They're bringing Durando's equipment for you to use. Pete, you must help them. Please.
You're right. As usual. You'd better go on home. See you later.
Well, now we were getting somewhere. At least I'd located the barrel of deadly powder. Under all that debris, it was wedged in tight. It had to be gotten out of there and out of the reservoir. And now wouldn't be a minute too soon. If any sizable amount of water leaked in, the powder inside would expand and burst the barrel like a homemade bomb. Once that happened, the reservoir would be useless for months.
Where's your diving gear?
Durango's tanks are empty.
Empty? Nelson down there?
Yes? Wait a minute. Mike says those things aren't safe.
He does, huh?
You'll need this for the drum.
I never thought I'd be glad to see Pete Butler. Clumsy or not, he still represented manpower. I couldn't understand his wearing that deadly rebreather again, but there was nothing I could do about it now. Getting that barrel out from under was my #1 problem. This time, Pete behaved like a working diver, an active member of a team. The postman rang twice for Pete Butler. Oxygen poisoning, again.
You want to get oxygen poisoning again? Where's Durango's tank?
His tanks are empty. I can make it.
Come on, no, Pete. No!
Never judge a book by its cover, or a man by his mouth. One thing Pete Butler wasn't was a coward. Going down again to 50 feet, in view of this demonstrated susceptibility to oxygen poisoning, meant serious danger for him, death maybe. If he hadn't known that before, he knew it now. We made good headway. We might get the job done in time after all. While Pete worked the lever, I tried to pull the barrel clear. It didn't work. Just the opposite. Now we were in real trouble. The whole district was. Water was getting into the barrel. At any moment, the expanding powder might push off the lid. Then poisoned water would be on its way, irretrievably, to every tap in the city. It had to happen sooner or later. We had both known it. But this time, I couldn't take Pete topside. Not till the job was done. Instead, I gave him some of my air and prayed that it would stall off the effects of oxygen poisoning for a few minutes at least. I don't know how Pete managed to keep going, but he did. He had every excuse in the world to quit and save his life, and he stayed on the job. Muy hombre, a lot of man.